Welcome to Table for Two.
This week we are reviewing Volt Robot Battle Arena. Assess, anticipate, annihilate.
It is for 2 to 4 players.
Ages 13 and up.
It is by Nazca Games.
Table for two, table for two,
Having fun.
playing games, just me and you.
As the robot said, we're reviewing Volt from Nazca Games, which we picked up at Origins.
Thank you, Nazca Games. Well, for this review, I decided, we needed to have a beer.
I like that idea.
Yes, we're having Goose Island Endless IPA today. I'm sure a lot of people know who Goose Island is, and everybody knows Goose Island beers. But Endless IPA is pretty good, actually. Why I decided we should have beer today is because this is a boy game.
Yeah, robots, come on. It is a boy game.
I'm not saying I didn't like the game. I'm just saying it's a boy game. Hence, like if it was a football game or some kind of, beer seems appropriate. So, beer and robots.
I'll go with that.
Beer and robots. That's good.
Ooh, if you like hops, that's good.
And it's cold.
Yeah.
All right, so first we'll do our review of the game, as we normally do, and then we will talk a little bit about the gameplay. So first of all, easy to learn. Well, this is one of those really, 4-page books, nothing too drastic. But I'll tell you, when I first read this book, I looked at the back and I went, oh no, lots of little print, lots of things to know, it's going to take me forever. But totally not. It was very easy to learn. There really isn't that much to learn. It's just they give you a lot of detail, which is good. The back page, however, kind of like, remember that game Epigo, whatever it was called that we kept saying
Epigo.
wrong? We actually said
Yes.
it right?
Epigo.
Where it's one of those games that is not just one way to play it. The whole back page is what they call modules. And so, like, once you first play the original game, which we'll be playing today, I'll show you today, and you want to have a little, difference in the game, you get to pick from a whole bunch of what they call modules. There's little module chips here. And, like, you could do, like, pick one out like that, or you can just pick one if you want to pick one. And there's just different variations to play. So that's actually pretty cool. So we didn't learn all these, to be fair. We learned the basic game. But to learn the basic game, it was pretty easy. We did have to go back to the rule book a couple of times, to be fair, just to clarify some things and make sure we understood, especially me, because I'm not very good at movement when it comes to 90 degrees and 45 degrees, which we'll explain. I'm like, Phil, how do you do 45 degrees?
Trigonometry.
So,
Long time since high school for me.
So the easy to learn, we gave it a 4. Not that bad, but there were some times we had to go back to the book and also remind me how to move degrees.
Yeah, so.
So a 4.
Let me talk about the manufacturing. So, it looks, the pieces punched out nice.
Yeah, they're clean punches.
No stickers or anything for the
stickers.
dice.
Thank you.
And there are different types of dice. So there's this one die with numerals on it, and the other are just like conventional
Regular die,
dice. Several different colors. The pieces, they're kind of weird. At first, I thought they were kind of flimsy, but I think because they're kind of rubbery almost, they're actually pretty sturdy. So I think the pieces will hold together pretty well.
As long as
I'm not sure.
If you have a little kid, to be fair, though, I could see a little kid playing with this and then winding up ripping it off.
Ripping it right in half.
Not us, obviously,
right,
but little kids.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I'm not going to test to see if it's flimsy or not.
Right. No, we'll keep it nice.
The one complaint, and it probably isn't the case wherever your game table is, but for us, one complaint I have is the finish on the board.
Yes.
And the cards, and you might actually be seeing it in the camera. I'll try to kind of show. It's almost like a weird laser-etched finish or something. It's weird. It's not just completely flat.
Right.
And because of that, it picks up glare from every angle. I mean, we even had to adjust the lighting for this room just because the game was just glare all over the camera.
Right.
So I wish it wasn't like that. It's not that bad, but if somebody's like I was facing a window that's open, it's actually difficult to see what's on the board. So
one thing to mention, though, there is actually 2 boards.
That's a good point.
And 2 boards with 2 different sides. Again, another component of making it more interesting to play differently.
Yes.
So you can always just pick a random board and have a different way of playing. But again, as you can maybe see that, it's kind of glary. Again, nothing drastic, but if you do have lots of light in the room,
Right. So, I mean, other than my little complaint about the pieces, which, like I said, I'm not real sure how flimsy or sturdy they really are. I don't want to test it. It was pretty good. So we gave the manufacturing a 4.
Gave it 4. Now, did we have fun? So Phil and I did differ a little bit on this one. Typically, we're very agreeable when it comes to scoring the games. Again, he said robots. All right, so I don't want Barbie dolls either here. All I'm saying is that robots, I personally wasn't like, oh my God, this is so much fun, and I have to, but I did enjoy the strategy of it. I like strategy, and this did have a lot of strategy in it. You, on the other hand, really like this game.
As soon as I saw the box, Robot Battle Arena, I know I'm not going to get to build a robot, which would be a lot of fun too, but yeah, I got excited about it. I'm excited right now about it. It's, and I do like the strategy, and I do like the trying to second guess what your opponent's strategy is going to be. So.
Right, and plus we also thought about the fact that we didn't try all the modules yet, and maybe the basic module wasn't as much fun for me, but maybe another module would be. So, I mean, just to be fair, we gave it a 4.
Yeah.
We weren't going to go down on it just because we didn't play all the modules and stuff. So 4.
So length of gameplay was good.
Very good.
I don't know, what did it take us, about 20 minutes to a half hour or something like that?
Not even.
Not bad for the basic game.
We actually played it twice when we tested it.
That's true, we played it twice.
Not only because it was short, but because you won the first time. And I said, oh, I'm so sick of him winning. I said, we got to try this again. And you won the second time.
I won the second.
I quit. I'm starting to believe I shouldn't be gaming anymore because I can't seem to win anything.
To be fair, the second game was closer. You
might as well show
surprised
the
me a few
scoreboard
times,
again with your number increasing. Here we go. There's a scoreboard.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, sorry about that.
So anyway, timing gave it a 5.
Yeah, it was fast. I mean, you could play it a bunch of times. We should have done 2 out of. We should have done like 2 out of 3, or not 2 out of 3. Well, you would have won. Never mind.
Yeah.
See, there's that math thing with me again.
If we'd have tied, it would have worked. But that's okay.
All right, so far so much fun. Now, would we play this game again? Okay, so that was another teeter-totter when it came to scoring. He wants to play it again and again, and I'm like, I have other games I'd rather play. Again, that whole thought about, which game am I going to pick out of the closet? It's not going to be my first choice. It might be more his first choice with his guy friends maybe, or whatnot. Maybe bring it to work and play with the guys at lunch or something. This would actually be a good work game, truthfully. But again, to be fair, we haven't tried all the modules, so I personally might play it again with him just to try the 25, 30 modules that they have. So it's definitely a potential option. So we'll say 4 on that again. Again, I probably would have went with 3, but Phil really liked it.
That's fair.
So I'll be nice and I'll be a good wife and I'll play with him. So total score, Philip.
Total score, 21 out of 25.
Hey, not a bad score, even though it's a boy game.
Even though it's a boy game, yes. And even though there's a little glare off the board, didn't really detract from it.
And I don't want all you girls writing into me saying, girls play robot games too. I'm sorry. It's a boy
Maybe
thing.
they'll add a Barbie module or something.
You know what? If we play a girl game, we'll make sure we stress that so you don't feel bad either.
So we'll balance it out.
So anyway, so total score 21. Let's go ahead and, if you want to stick around with us, let's play a few rounds of the game, and you can kind of see how the game is played. All right, so let's take a look at this game and see how it's played. First of all, setting up the game is very simple. You have a very cute little square board here, and as I mentioned, you get 2 boards with 2 sides, so you can try whatever side you want. It's, different versions, basically. Each person gets 1 robot. I chose a white one because I thought I'd be innocent in this game. You're red.
I chose red. Devilish red.
Yeah. We each get a little screen, so you can't see what each other are doing. Little robot screen. And the screen is nice, too, because it actually tells you, the gameplay and how to do things. And it's just a little instruction sheet right in front of you, which is nice, too. You don't have to go back to the book every time.
Yes.
Each player gets 1 of 3 die, red, white, and blue. What's nice about these dice is you don't roll them. You use them for other reasons. I'll explain that in just a moment. But I also like just the colors. I think we could use this for 4th of July. We can actually take these out and use them for another game, maybe, or any game, and have red, white, and blue dice. Which
maybe the fireworks too.
Fireworks there, hit points. As Phil was pointing out nicely, we have little hit tokens when your robot gets hit, unfortunately. And we also have victory points, which is, again, you have to get 5 victory points, just so you know, to win this game. Just like any other game, you get points. But in this case, you only need 5, which isn't a lot. But what's really nice is you get this little, for better word, little control card. You'll see here.
Kind of like.
Now you see why he likes this game. He pretends.
I wish it was real.
Well, go buy yourself a robot.
All right.
Anyway, on the card is just basically your robot movement. So on the one side is your movement area, moving up, down, left, or right. and on the other side is your firing. And you could also fire diagonally, which is kind of cool. And that's just your movement token, how you want to do that. Now, again, the reason you're behind the screen here is because on each one of your turns, and it's kind of funny, it's kind of like it's not a collaborative game, but you kind of play together. And the fact that each round consists of 4 different things you have to do. And the first thing you have to do is decide how your robot should move, whether or not it should fire, where it should fire, and whatnot. And that's where the dice come in, because on the control card, you're placing your die on the control card, whether you want to move or whether you want to fire. You can only put 2 dice on the move side and 1 die on the fire side. You don't have to use all 3. That's important. Right. You don't have to use all 3. But if you're on the movement side and you put a 3 down and you put it on the top, it's obviously going to move up 3. If you put it low, it'll move down 3. So it does require the number of the die to see how many movements you've done. Where on the firing side, if you actually put, let's say I'm going to put a 1 to fire, it'll just fire that direction. But based on the number on the die, it does different things. Maybe you could explain that a little bit.
Just
on the
briefly,
fire point only.
So in the middle of the card, it actually gives a little legend, and this is where the 45 and 90 degrees come in. So, for instance, if you put a 4 up here, then your opponent is going to be affected by that by having whatever stuff they haven't played turn 90 degrees, which is obviously going to affect the strategy.
So if you were planning to move left, and then he shoots you, and I get hit, that's probably what happened actually, and then it's a 4, I have to move my movement my next turn, not the way I wanted to go apparently.
Right.
So it's mean, actually, is what that is.
You might fall in a pit.
And you could fall in a pit. And as we mentioned, there's a bunch of different ways to get your points. You get points by killing the other person, to be fair. If you kill another robot, or if you shove them into a pit, because you can shove, you get a victory point for that. Yep. You also get a point for this. This is called the control die. When you first set up, you can't roll this first. You have to put your robots in place for the very beginning of the game. But then you roll the die, and it shows me now we have a 5 as our control die, which leads to this little box here. So part of the goal is to get your robot at the end of the round in that box, and if you at the end of the round are in that box, you get a victory point, which is kind of cool. If somebody does get the victory point at the end of the round, you then re-roll the die for the next one that you want to try to beat each other to. Yep. Which is kind of nice and easy too. So easy to get points, killing people or robots, and or hitting the control numbers. You'll also see there's a repair or a little like wrench on the board. If you have a couple of hit points against you, by the way, if you have 3, you die. Right. But if you only have like 1 or 2, if you get yourself over to the repair, you can actually repair yourself, which is kind of nice. It's a nice feature of the game. Try to repair yourself. But that's pretty much it. I mean, it's not hard to play. It's just a matter of you have to have some thought process. The whole, what was it, the anticipate.
Yes.
You have to anticipate what the other person's going to do, and that's not that easy.
Well, sometimes you have to double anticipate what the other person's going to do.
Yeah, maybe they'll go this way, I'll go that way, and then you wind up going opposite directions even sometimes. So that could be a little bit, not annoying. It's just...
I think that's the fun part.
You had a plan in action, and then it's like, oh, my plan has been blown.
Yep.
So, all right, so let's play a couple of rounds here. I was going to say, I was going to be nice, and I was going to allow you to go first for once. Especially
I would really appreciate that.
Love this game.
Yes, I would really appreciate it.
But the funny part about that is nobody really goes first. You kind of play at the same time. So we'll just say you're going to go first. How's that?
Okay, we'll say that.
All right.
So, all right.
The first step to playing the game is to decide where you want to put your dice. The other thing to know, though, is when you put your dice down on your movement and what you decide to move, the dice do play in an order. So once you place your dice down and we're ready to say we're ready, we lift up our, or reveal our boards to show what we're doing. And it goes red, white, and blue, which makes sense. So the first red die goes first, then the blue, then the white, then the blue. But then whoever has the lowest number on the die goes first on that turn when it comes to the colors. If there is a tie, whoever is in the movement area goes first. If you're both in the same area, then whoever has the lowest number total on their dice goes first. Right. That's pretty much all it is. So let's go ahead and start. The first thing you're going to do is put down your dice for what actions you want to take. Again, we're going for a 5 control right now, just to be fair. Okay, I think I know what I'm doing. All right, so we're both good?
We're both good.
We reveal.
Yep.
Okay, so red die goes first. I have the lowest number on the red die. Phil has a 6 and I have a 4. So I'm going to go ahead and I have 4 in movement, so I'm going to choose 1, 2, 3, 4. Phil does his move now on red. He has a 6. He shout. By the way, you shout at each other.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, fair enough. So that just totally screwed what I was going to do.
It's not what I expected to happen.
Oh, there you go. White dice is next. I have a 3. Phil has a 4. Now with my 3, for some reason, I'm going this way, and I'm moving 1. Don't know why, but I am. Phil, you have a white die.
I have a white die on the firing area, so I'm going to turn where I thought you were going to be, and I'm going to shoot
Nothing.
off the table.
Isn't that exciting? And the blue die being next, you have a 2, I have a 4, so you go first on the blue die.
1, 2.
He landed exactly where he wanted to be. This is why I hate him. I, on the other hand, shoot this way into nothing land.
All right.
So Philip gets a victory point because he actually got on the 5. He re-rolls the die for the next round. And then we're on to the next round.
2.
And now we're aiming for the 2.
Aiming for the 2, which is over here.
Yes. Okay. So now we'll try again.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? Here we
I'm
go.
ready.
All right.
Okay.
Phil has a 4 red and I have a 6 red, so he goes first on the red.
I go first. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right. I have a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
On the white, I have a 2. Phil has a 4, so I go ahead and I move 2. 1, 2.
And I move 4.
Which is gonna knock me out.
2, 3, 4.
This is why I'll never win this game. Phil has a 4. I have a 6. Phil goes first.
I turn this way and fire.
At nothing.
Nothing.
And I do the same, actually. I turn this way and fire at nothing. But again, Phil gets the points. This is why he likes this game.
All about
He
anticipation.
likes this game because he likes this game. All right. All right, we'll do one more round,
One
and
more.
that's it. All right. Because at this point, Phil's going to win. 3 more points to go and he wins.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, got to roll the die. Oh, a 3.
3.
Look at you.
Ooh, this could be tricky.
This. I'm not going to get anything on this. You ready?
Yeah.
Last round, go.
Okay.
So now we both have a 1 on the red. However, mine is in movement.
Yes, it
So
is.
I'm going to turn my guy and move him out of here.
Ooh, I did not expect that.
Once in a blue moon, I can do something good.
That was good.
And now he does his 1.
And I was going to start out shooting, so I'm going to turn this way and shoot you.
So I get a hit anyway.
You get a hit.
Which is not good.
No turning, just a hit.
White dice, Phil gets he has a 1, I have a 4, so he gets to go first.
So I'm going to move 1 back this way.
All right. And then I have a 4. Yay, me.
Yeah.
And then I have a 5, you have a 5. You have movement, though, so you go first.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, he fell into the pit! So
Obviously, I thought I was going to end up with
Phil
one.
fell into the pit, and then I was going to turn around and shoot him, but he's not there to shoot, which is okay. So now a couple things happen here. Phil's in the pit, which doesn't get me any points because he fell himself. I didn't kill
Yeah.
him, per se. However, I
Sacrifice.
do get a victory point, thank God, before the game was
you
over
do.
here, for landing on the 3. I re-roll the dice for the next round, which is a 3 again. Now, what happens here at the end is Phil does get to regenerate.
Yes.
So he can choose anywhere on the outside of the board to regenerate.
So I would go, let's see, probably over here.
And then we would just continue play. I mean, that's it. I mean, he's got 2 victory points. I have 1 at the moment. So there might be a chance I could actually win this game. But it's very simple. You know, the hardest part is the strategy of anticipating what the next person's going to do. So that's about it.
Yeah.
Now, we definitely recommend, we should mention, we did try 1 module. Just 1, though. We did the old random pick. And we found a module that was actually called Repair Module. And when you do that, you kind of put that on the table so everybody knows you're playing the repair module. And all that allowed us to do is in a round, if you had hit points against you, in the next round, if you did not get hit, you could actually discard 1 hit point. So that was just a nice little feature, a module change. But again, there's quite a bit of these.
Yeah.
There's grenades and there's teleporters and all sorts of things you can do.
There's a few more tokens to go along with those, too.
Yeah, not only, there's also all these tokens that do things like landmines and all sorts of
Yep.
stuff. Again, we probably will try these when we have some extra time
Sure.
to get some different versions of the play. But other than that, that is how to play
That's it.
Volt.
Volt.
Hope you enjoyed the show again today, and we will see you guys soon.
Don't forget to like us on Facebook.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Table for Two show created by
Mrs. Productions.
Ooh, it's like they're angry at each other.
It's working perfectly.